nobody would notice. 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 266 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and I want to ask you, when you look at content, when you try to focus on something, how much you look at it? 2, 5, maybe 10 seconds? So it would be fair to say, why would you bother with details? At the end of the day, if one frame is right, one frame is wrong, if something is in the wrong place, a subtitle is not perfect, who cares? Because people will not see it. And you might be right. People will not see it. But what about the person that makes it? Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, remember that liking and subscribing really mean a lot for me. They're just one click, but they really, really make the difference. Thank you very much for considering it. So, if you made it so far already, I would like to tell you a secret. This episode is recorded just a few minutes after the previous one, episode 265. But something has changed. What? Well, if you have seen the previous one, you might notice that the color of my shirt has changed. It's not post-production, it's an actual different shirt. So, you might be fair to ask me, why did you do it? Who cares? People might not even notice, especially the ones that are just listening. And you might be right. There is no real point in doing it. But you have to understand that if it is true that most or some of the people consuming content do not really care about the details, the person that makes it has a lot of reasons to actually care. And I would like to discuss this about this topic with you today, and maybe make you understand, if you've never experienced this, why caring for details it's important. This idea came to me when I was traveling last week, and while waiting from one bus to the other, from one train to the other, in these dead moments, as we all do at the end of the day, was scrolling media. So Instagram, TikTok, mostly Instagram. And I realized that after, let's say, the first 2 minutes, maybe even less, you don't actually pay that much attention. You, of course, are still present. You like something makes you laugh. You are there in the moment, but you're not really looking at all the details. So I was thinking, how many times have I lost hours, maybe not full hours, but very, very crucial moments for trying to adjust a certain frame, trying to fix a certain subtitle, creating, especially this was, let's say, it's something that drives me nuts and it's really a pain for my episodes, to create the perfect thumbnail, trying to correct things. Again, the list can be infinite. And I always think, why do I do it? Most people will not really notice. And I do it because I genuinely believe that there is a very, very tight connection between the value of what you do and the effort you put into it. And these two, these two pillars often clash with one that is actually the most important: results. You, nowadays especially, would be capable to do something that you don't really care about all that much, put minimal value into it, and be able to create something very, very successful. The whole idea of trends, you just copy something, you do it good, more or less. You just have to, let's say, make it look similar to the real deal, and you will still be able to rack up a good amount of, of views. The same goes for content creation. With generative AI, it takes nothing to create something that mocks an original product. And again, you would be fairly successful in what you are doing, and you would be there arguing with somebody that pours hours into the thing, into its creation, to just say, hey, I just did it in 30 seconds. So why are you even bothering to spend so much time in it? And this, again, ties and goes directly to the pleasure of creating. Because we focus so much on the results. This pillar of results is so ever present in our lives that we actually fail to recognize that even though it is fundamental, and sometimes without that, it is complicated, to still stand in the argument. But I believe, and again, any person that has ever created something will agree, that the most pleasurable moment is in the moment of creation. Be it now during the recording, be it later during the editing, or even more with the creation of the thumbnails. Each and every of these moments is special in itself because you are able to craft it and modify it in your own way. And the more time, and not necessarily here the value has to be time, because this is another argument that is made. Since you poured into it 6 hours, then it must be worthy. No, it's about making sure that it aligns as much as possible with what you had in mind. Did you want to do something that was not that perfect? Sure, go. Publish it. It happened to me many times. Many of the episodes that are in the, let's say, that ran through the years did not receive the same amount of effort, or the same amount of detail and care as others. But most of the time, this was something that I decided directly. I decided that that thing was not going to get attention for a series of reasons. It doesn't really matter. But the moment that you decide that anything that you do doesn't have value, and it's not worth it to put all that much effort because the result can be, it's not something that is guaranteed, slowly, the way that you see that thing will always go down. And even though the results might go up, at some point you will say, you know what? I give up because I don't like doing this thing. It doesn't give me anything. Sure, it might be successful, but what's the point? And here is the, let's say, the loop in which that needs to be broken. And the reason why these details matter so much. It's because the moment that you actually care about something, the moment that you are focusing to align it with what you want, with what you desire, to follow your path, the one that you decided for yourself, the thing in front of you gets a value that it's unbelievable. It's priceless. You will not be able to match it with anything else. Because that only moment, that the process that you put, your single process, is, let's say, the outcome of what you produced. And the moment that you realize that you can do that, the moment that you know that you have that power in your hand, nothing can stop you. And everything that you will do will start having value because you know that you can make it. And I would like you to think more about the things that you do and encourage you to actually try to put a bit more detail into the things that you do. Because even though maybe nobody will notice, you will. And the moment that your attention and your value will increase, also there will be consequences that you cannot imagine. And again, those are the things that will make your thing really, really great. Having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. I'm gonna run to the edit room because time is short on me. Hopefully I'll be able to put enough detail into it. Let me know in the comments what is the thing that makes you go wild with details and that you cannot just leave unperfect because you care so much about it. And as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow.